Hi, this is LaCharmine, Jefferson, and I just wanted to share a different kind of author story which you may not have heard. I know for myself, most of the times I hear most authors share their journey, and part of that journey is that they have been writing since they were children and that their families have been telling them, oh, you are such a great storyteller, you should consider being a writer. Or when they got in elementary school and high school, they wrote stories for the school newspaper or submitted essays and just got all of these accolades about how great they were and they should pursue being a writer. Well, that is not everybody's story, and I am one of those that is not my story. I've always been an avid reader since grade school, and I still am. However, as much as I loved reading, I never thought about being a writer. I never even thought about writing a story until I was 20 years old, a single mom of one in an unhappy marriage in the beautiful state of Hawaii. I was unhappy, but I decided after my mother sent me a copy of Beverly Jenkins, the book was Vivid. It was my first historical romance novel that I had ever written. Beverly Jenkins was the second Michigan author that I had read in my young adult life, Terry McMillan being the first. But for some reason, it was reading Beverly's book that really just spoke to me, and I loved her storytelling. That made me fall in love with the aspect of writing. And because of the situation that I was in, a story immediately came to me, something that I wanted to write. So I just wanted to give people encouragement. If you have not spent your lifetime writing or creating stories, once you get that urge, once you get bitten by that writing bug, don't stop writing. Keep writing, keep pursuing your dreams. My first book, Unfinished Business, was that story that I started writing in Hawaii as a 21-year-old mother of one. Maybe I was 20, can't remember, 2021. I didn't publish this book because it was quite a journey, okay? I didn't publish this book until I think it was 2008, okay? We're talking 1996 to 2008 when I finally got the courage to, first of all, finish the story and then pursue the self-publishing route and doing this myself. This was my first book. Then 5 years later, I'm kind of a slow writer, but I was also, parenting. I had another child by then, had been divorced and married again and divorced again. So a lot was going on in my life, but I had another idea for a story. And that story came to me actually while I was writing the first book, what that next story would be. That turned into Reconciliation to Hell, my second book, also based on two of the characters that were developed in this novel, right? Okay, then at some point I learned about Chicken Soup for the Soul. And I've always wanted to be published there because I really wanted that validation of my writing being accepted, like by a major publisher. And prior to that, I actually was published in another anthology by a friend of mine, but she didn't have to select my work, but my work met her criteria. It was for a book called Daddy, a reflection of daddy-daughter relationships. That was my first anthology that I was a part of. But because I had been pursuing such a major publication like Chicken Soup for the Soul, when my dream finally came true after writing story after story and submitting story after story, and they don't send you rejections, you just don't hear anything. And finally, the opportunity came. Chicken Soup for the Soul, I'm Speaking Now. This is Black women sharing their truth in 101 stories of love, courage, and hope. And I, LaCharmine Jefferson, was one of those stories. Sisterhood. Oh my God, that just made my 2021. So I just want to encourage people, no matter how you start, how early you start, or how late in life you start with pursuing your publication journey, don't stop. It's not about everybody else telling you how good you are, how much potential you have. It's about, my puppy, it's about believing in yourself. So here I am, 3 books. And there's actually another. I actually left my other book upstairs. There's another book that I was a part of, Resilient Widow. Yeah, unfortunately, I lost a husband 6 years ago, but I wrote a story about it. Why? Because I'm a writer. That's how I express myself. I love storytelling. So I wrote a book there. I'll put a picture, include a picture of that book as well. So yeah. Don't wait or don't get bogged down about what other people are saying about you and what you want for yourself and your writing career. You can do it. I did.